390 Wagon Master here with another patented Wagon Master unboxing. Today I have a package from, I hate to admit it, from eBay. So, yeah, I was cruising through the mean streets of Flea Bay and found something that was of interest to me. And I've had this here for about a week now, just getting around to opening it. So, anyway, let's do it. The item that I have here, hopefully, is in this box, is kind of a rare item, and I'm not really sure if it's because it was a total POS or what. I don't really know, but I'll show you. And got the official blue tape on there for sure. Any weed in there? Nope. I do have some packing material. That's cool. All right, let's check this out. So this is a Superstar UFO. See? Superstar UFO. They didn't say they had a manual. They just said it was in the box. Was that a spider? Oh. Anyway, this is an interesting piece of gear. No manual. No, they didn't say they had a manual, but that's all right. Now, it says it was new in the box. Oh, dog hair in the corner. I love it. And it's had a little bit of wear. There's no bracket. I should have thought about that. That's all right. I wouldn't use the bracket anyway. Anyway, yeah. So this is a Superstar UFO 1640. This is a copy, I believe, of the infamous Digiscan. The Digilog version of the Digiscan. And from what I understand, and I don't really know if this is kind of like a wives' tale or not. However, this, I guess, was Superstar's copy or whatever the Japanese manufacturer's version of, or copy of the Digiscan. The Digiscan 400, I believe. So, yeah, we have our priority channel. I don't really know how to use this, to be honest with you. I haven't seen too many of these. I mean, they are around. They're not like super, super rare, but probably a little harder to get than the Digiscan. So anyway, there's that. I'm going to do something that I rarely ever do on any of my unboxing videos. I'm going to hit pause. Stand by. All right, that's weird. I believe this is probably either the first or second video I've ever done that on. I generally do my unboxings like with one take. However, I just wanted to show you what's going on. Now that I have the two units together, I don't know how much of a direct copy it would be. I'm going to hit pause again. Alrighty, back again. I had to go dig out my UFO. Okay, so I didn't really understand this. I assumed that this was sort of a copy of the original Digiscan. Elite, I believe it is, and I do not have one. I do have the Digilog Digiscan, and I have an original Digiscan UFO here. This is an original one with the side vents. This does not have the ribbon cable on it. It has the coaxial cable. And these generally were hooked up to like 858 style radios. And early 8719 rigs, I believe. Anyway, this one unfortunately does not work, which is a bummer. But anyway, I was under the impression that this Superstar was a copy some way like one of these two. And the reason why I brought these out is I wanted to see like what it was size-wise. Like, is this the same size as this or vice versa? So, because I've never seen anybody do this. So, it's not. But that being said, it does hook up via coaxially, and the 858 radios seem to be the best. Boy, that is just that feels really old. I don't know if that's old or just dirt, but it feels very stiff. It's like it's gonna like crackle when I undo this. But it doesn't appear that it's been soldered to anything, so I don't know. It may be NIB. So this is the one I like. I like the Digiscans. This is the Digiscan 400. Anyway, what's interesting is is from what I've seen on the inner highway, and I'm going to have to dig more into this, and I wanted to actually wait till I got the device. But apparently the manual for this works for this. Or it could be the manual that works for that. I don't really remember, but I don't. Anyway, that being said, um, I want to test this, right, to make sure it works before the return window's closed. Because this seller just happens to offer returns. You know, out of all the years that I've been using eBay, and I've been on eBay since literally probably like the first month it was even in existence, I've never sent anything back. I have always just thought, you know what? You buy something on eBay, you're taking a chance. And this was back like even in the good old days when you could trust people and stuff, and radios weren't already, radios weren't really already bought and sold 5 or 6 times on Fleabay. So I always bought something just with the understanding or with the mindset that, hey, it's a 50-50 deal. The thing may be toast. It may work. Anyway, I've never sent anything back. However, the seller said, don't worry about it. Okay, so here's the deal. Wagon Master, how are you going to make sure it works? So here's what I did. And I know this is goofy. I really like this radio. This is my Robin SB510. I really like this radio. It's a pretty killer radio. It's not perfect, but it is a really nice radio. Think of it as a Cobra 138 XLR with a better populated board. Anyway, so what I did here is I kind of did this butcher fest here, but what I did is I made a little pigtail assembly so I can test these. And I decided to use this radio as the test device. So this should be pretty easy. I've got a whole bunch of these plugs. I'll leave this plug alone, but I'll go get another male version. I have like a dozen of these things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Superstar and hook up this way. So I'm going to assume, I'll have to look in the manual, we have black heat shrink and we have like a gray heat shrink right there. So I'm going to assume one is number 1, one is number 2. Now the Digilogs come with a little white piece of paper that says 1 and 2 already on them, little sticker type thing. And then of course I have power and ground. So I've got this pigtail already wired in here. So theoretically, is all I need to do is find out which one of these equals 1 and 2. So I'll use the manual for that. I've got a manual for that, I believe, from CB Tricks. So thank you, CB Tricks. They rule. And then the idea is to hook this up like this, and then I can see if the Superstar version actually works. Because if I just go and power this up now, it'll have like an L and then a 7 and then some random frequency. And when you see the L on here, that means they're unlocked. And it's basically because this isn't hooked up. It doesn't see that it's hooked up to the PLL circuitry in the radio that you're trying to hook it up to. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's not quite as clean in person as it is on the photos, but that's cool. Again, it is what it is. And I'm going to assume this was made in about 83. I do know that this was early 80s vintage stuff because apparently these guys were trying to copy this. Now, these guys. So now, listen, if you guys know anything about this, let me know. If I remember, okay, so if I remember right, when you turn on the radio, this reverts to like channel 15. All right, and then you go to the channel that you want. And yeah, so from what I understood somewhere, and I'm not sure if this is interweb rumor or not, but I remember years ago they said, somebody was saying if you get one of these, you can actually somehow program this to fire up on whatever channel you want. So if you want it to go to channel 23 right off, you can do that. If you want channel 37 or 38, you can do that right off. I don't care if it starts at 15 or 16. No, 15. I don't really care. I'm used to it with this one, so I don't care. Now, the deal is I'm looking for a good specimen to hook up to my Cobra 2000. I keep going back and forth, but I pretty much have decided I am not going to do a DDS VFO on my Cobra 2000. and I'm not going to do the Digimax. And now those are nice pieces of gear. They're more modern versus using these STBs, set-top boxes. But anyway, this is the way you would do a Cobra 2000 back when the Cobra 2000s first came out. My buddy Darren, Needlebender 99, UDX 99, World Radio 99, had a brand new Cobra 2000 GTL with one of these installed. And the local CB shop that he bought the radio from did it all. So this was all brand new stuff, and he had a nice, beautiful Silver Eagle on it. So what I'm trying to do is kind of recreate that. The Cobra 2000 with the proper Digiscan and my Silver Eagle. Anyway, I'm going to take which one works the best. And I want to assume that it's going to be this one, but we're going to see. And I'm going to put more than likely this on the Cobra 2000. However, I want this to still have a Digiscan on it because I super, super like those Digiscans. They are way cool. It's old school, vintage, back in the day. I mean, in my opinion, this was the way to go. This was like the only way to go. Okay, other than just like having an export radio or something. The problem with a lot of the 8719 based radios and the 858 radios were kind of random channelization. You would miss channels here and there. You'd have to flip switches up down in different order to get channels, and you still didn't have everything correct. It wasn't channelized. And in this one you can with these. So anyway, you're on whatever frequency it reads out. So if you want to go to 41, you just, go click, click, 415, right? You want to go to triple nickel, hold it till you get up to 27555. So anyway, if this works out and everything, stay tuned for another video. Thanks for watching, man.